This is not the BTC update that you want, but it is the BTC update that you need, because I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to give you some juicy levels to trade off. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Without further ado, let's start diving in. This is the trading range that we are in after a pretty green week last week. And I think we are all due for a little bit of a cooling off, a little bit of a retrace. And of course the question is, which one is it? Are we going sideways and then we're getting another pump? Or are we retracing anytime soon to create a big higher low? Let's first look at it very locally from level to level, because we are trading in somewhat of a tight range right here. And the first short that I'm looking at would be a short from previous week high. That's that thick yellow line here in my screen. So if we get a very clear SFP higher than losing the level, I am definitely trading that short. And the first target would be the low of the range. And I like that trade because then we're front running this bigger golden pocket. Whoops, that was the wrong button. We're then front running this bigger golden pocket with that major point of control. Now you might be thinking, what the hell are you talking about? That is a golden pocket measured from this absolute high to this absolute low, and then back here to the golden pocket. The reason why I'm liking it, I have the same kind of feeling with it as this golden pocket right here, where I said that this is such a major level and such a backtest here with all of these highs, that actually I want us to front run it or to go higher, and the front one it was, and therefore it left so many traders on the sideline, and then we had this pretty big move to the upside. And I'm kind of have the same kind of feeling with this, or front running or slightly higher. So that SFP of previous week high, that's then 95,780. That will be actually a very nice level to short, and then again I will just trade it to the downside. Talking about the downside, there are a few major levels to look there. Something that will very most likely will be overlooked by a lot of people, and that is this point of control that you can see here, and that is then really measured from the beginning of the range all the way to the end. You can also see that I made a smaller range right here. So we have two ranges. And if we're losing that point of control, that is then also coinciding with the weekly open, then actually I think we can go down pretty fast. The only support that we then have is this anchored VWAP, depending of course when we are going to break it. It's right now at around 92,200, so 92,200. That could be a long, and if else we are really getting back into this box, and that is actually an area that a lot of people are looking at. So let me quickly take this off right here to make it a little bit more clean for you. What is that box? That is also a major support and resistance. As you can see, this was support numerous times, so it's really more like a big area and not a very precise level. And of course, since we now broke that level, I think a lot of traders are waiting or anticipating something of a bounce, something of a retest, and then to go higher. So what could be then eventually a trade is a front run of the golden pocket. Let's say that previous week high, and then eventually to go lower and then take profit here and then to go higher. That would be very nice, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we are going to take a scenario where we are going to wreck the most amount of traders, and that is the scenario that I'm going to explain to you right now. And this actually is super nice, and I think that almost no one is looking at this. So we're back here again on the local chart. This is the 1 hour. Stay with me for a second. We are going to go higher, and we eventually are going to reclaim the previous week high. We're also going to stay here a little bit at the golden pocket. Everyone will be loading up on short trades because they're thinking this is the major resistance level, and that is the 96 to 97. That is a big golden pocket. That is a point of control. Maybe we even get a little bit of a move down 1 or 2%. People thinking that's it, and then just loading up the bandwagon on shorts. Then we're coming up one more time, and we're going to reclaim that golden pocket ever so slightly. What will happen? Everyone that was short here will have their stop loss above the high and is therefore forced to stop out, and then they will also most likely flip to long trades because they're thinking, hey, price is now above that golden pocket, above that point of control. We are going much higher, new all-time high. Now I need to get into longs, and then I have a quote-unquote secret level that is right here. It is very tiny. It starts off from approximately 98,200 to 98,400. It's just a small range. I have two very crucial levels in there. If you want to know exactly what that is, then please join the Discord. It's completely for free. You heard that right, completely for free. You find the link in the description, and I've mentioned there already what I am looking at. But that will be such a nice scenario. People thinking, hey, now we're gonna dump down and let's load up on the shorts. Fulcher getting stopped out on the short trades. Let's load up on the long trades. So let's go higher from here. Fulcher, and then we're getting a big dump. And then maybe we are going to this area right here around that 90k. 88k, 92k, that then whole area to eventually create a much bigger higher low to then go higher. So this would be a scenario that will wreck so many traders along the way. And this is something on the macro that I'm looking at. But of course we're taking it level by level, trade by trade, but I always try to think of ideas and of scenarios. How can we wreck the most amount of traders eventually, and how can we how is the market possible to get to the most amount of money from the most amount of traders the most amount of time. You can screenshot this, and if you share the social media, then please give me the credit. But other than that, this is in the macro what I'm looking at. If we get a reversal earlier, I will jump into a short. If I, by the way, jump in any trades, I will also update that in the Discord. So again, feel free to follow me there. The link is in the description. There's also some great other traders in there. Other than that, we also not only looking at crypto, we're also looking at stock market and some other assets to trade, like the future market. So interesting stuff. Again, guys, this is now what I'm looking at. Possible local trades here from S&P previous week high, or from the anchor VWAP. If we're losing that, I'm looking at the box, but I prefer actually us first to go higher, spend some time at that golden pocket point of control, one more sweep higher into that key level that I just mentioned, and then eventually to lose it all and to go much lower. That'll be it for now. That'll be it for today's update. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment and share this video with your friends. Thank you guys so much. See you in the next one. Bye bye.